Good morning, people. This is JD. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about how I feel about foreign policy. Okay? First and above all else, believe this. I believe in treating your neighbor the way you would want to be treated. That's a very strong belief of mine. And the United States foreign policy will be of such. I'm sorry, but I cannot understand why our government is involved in the things they're involved in. I'm not talking about the war on drugs. I'm talking about other things. I believe, and this will be our foreign policy, first and foremost, I will remove every single sanction we have against a government. I'm not talking about high technical electronics capable of building high technical electronic warfare. I'm talking about all those other sanctions used to try to cripple the economy of other nations. I'm going to remove all travel bans to any nation in the world. Nations where the American people might be endangered, we will give warning that they have to know, and they will get those warnings when they get their passports to go to those countries, that it's not safe for you to go to that country. But if you handle yourself in a proper manner and dignity, you should have no problem. That means the families in Miami can go visit their families in Cuba. That means the families from Asia can go visit their families. That means the families here who have families in China should be able to go visit their families. Or even in Korea, North Korea. I am going to remove all sanctions and all travel bans. Why? Because I do not and would not ever want a single nation to put a sanction against the United States or a travel ban of their people. I am going to treat the world the way we want to be treated. Yeah, new concept. Wow, treat the other nations the way you want your nation to be treated. Also, when I become president, if we're still tied up in Afghanistan, I am going to go over to Afghanistan and ask the people, what do you want for your country? Do you want a government you select, you control, or do you want a government to take over and do everything for you? Like, for example, they had with the Taliban. Or do you want a government that's in between? And let them choose what they want. And if they say, no, we don't care one way or the other. I learned a very good lesson in Vietnam. Very good lesson. Listen to the people. Because that is what it is all about. Listen to the people of that nation. No nation has the right to tell another nation what to do. Mommy's car, take. That's what you need to do. And that's what we need to do. And if the Afghan people say, we don't care one way or the other, then I'm taking every single American troop out of that country. We don't need to be over there fighting a war that only we are really fighting. It's not our country. I don't believe any nation, no matter what nation it is, has the right to force their will upon another nation just because they have different forms of government. It's up to the people within that nation. Now, a lot of you people are going to argue, well, they can't do it. Their government's too powerful. Let's see. I seem to remember the Cold War era. I seem to remember the Soviet Union and the United States. We were pretty neck and neck in power. But the people of Russia said no. They didn't want that. And now they're a free democratic society. choosing how they wish to be governed. The people did it against the Soviet Union, one of the major world powers, one of the major enslavers of the world. Because you see, people, no government can rule a people that do not wish to be ruled by that government. I don't care who you are, and I don't care how powerful you are, and I don't care how many secret plans you put in, and how cruel you are. No government can rule a people that do not wish to be ruled by that government. The Soviet Union was brought to its knees and the independence of the people against one of the most powerful nations in the world. The Soviet Union. The people said no. And when I say people, I mean everybody. When they got together and said no, the Soviet Communist Party had no power. It had no authority. When the people no longer accepted it, they could do nothing. The army would not listen, because the army is made up of the people. The mercenaries they bought was insignificant to the army. Now let's take a more recent event. Libya. When the people got tired of Gaddafi, they said no. No more. And look at all the mercenaries he had. But yet, the Libyan people now rule themselves. And the United States must support whatever government they choose, because it is our policy that it's up to the people of that nation to choose the type of government they wish to live under. And as president, that is how I will be. Sorry. I'm a strong believer in treat your neighbor like you want to be treated. But understand, people, I do not play games. Someone wishes to attack us, I will take you off the face of the earth. That is nothing more, not a threat, not a warning. It is a promise. Anybody who wishes to viciously attack the American people, I will take off the face of the earth. That is a promise. You will treat me as we treat you. You will respect us as we respect you. We are a sovereign nation of a world of nations, and we understand that. And it's up to the people within that nation to choose how they wish to be governed, and nobody else. Remember my motto: ask not what you can do for your country. What your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country, and that the people are not to serve the government of their country, but the government is to serve the people of their country. Yes. It works for the world too. And that's the way I will live. And that's the way the United States foreign policy will be. If I become president, 4 years or 8 years, there will not be any sanctions the United States will honor, other than high technical, because we do not want everybody in the world to make nuclear bombs. Look at the computer world. How many jerks out there go and hack into programs just to see if they can do it? Those fools! Anybody can actually do it. But look at WikiLeaks. The fool he actually is. Who cares that Hillary Clinton thinks that the premier of Russia is a jerk? So what? I think there's a lot of people in the world a jerk. And there's a lot of people that are extremely smart. But it's my own personal opinion. I'm sure it's Hillary Clinton's. We don't need jerks like that. Makes good, interesting news on those tabloids that you buy in the aisles. You know, this way you got something to read. You don't really plan on buying them unless they really have something interesting, but you stand there and read them. You can see headline, Hillary Clinton, the lead premier so-and-so is a jerk. Wow. Oh, let me see what that's about. No, she was sent an email to somebody. Anyway, she's dealing. Big deal. All WikiLeaks did was show us where our flaws are in our system of security. Showed us where the real traitors within our country are. Because they let stuff out that really does not really matter. You could read it in the newspaper. It's already out there. He just gathered it all together. But if he wanted to read all the newspapers of the world, he probably would have gotten it somewhere else. So bottom line is, yeah, the electronics, highly electronics, I could see the restricted flow of. Not sanctions, but restricted flow of. But sanctions, I feel, are and should be considered extremely illegal. I do not believe in sanctions. I do not believe that the United States government has the right to tell any other government how they are to be. I believe that the United States government needs to listen to its people. Not go off bullheaded strong in a direction that's not this country's. Congress needs to wake up and understand the people are not to serve the government. You are to serve the people, not the Republican Party, not the Democratic Party, not any other special interest group. The people. We already know our vice president does not have that knowledge. He is incapable of understanding what serving the people is. He has expressed, if you don't give me Democrats, don't ask anything from me. In other words, I am a Democrat. I am not an American. And that's what it's all about, people. I am not a political party. I will not support a political party. I am in the Constitutionalist Party, created that party strictly to develop a party that is not supported of any party system. You could be liberal and be a constitutionalist. You could be conservative and be a constitutionalist because you will be an individual. And in a constitutionalist party, you must be an individual. That's what it's all about, people. That's what JD's about. My foreign policy will be that the United States and no other nation has the right to tell another nation's people what type of government they will have. It is up to the people within that nation to decide. And I don't play games. Attack an American could cause you drastic repercussions. I will protect each and every American citizen as I will expect you to do the same. I will expect our citizens to be respected as you wish your citizens in this country to be respected. I believe treat your enemy as your friend and treat your friends as you like to be treated. Thank you. This is JD, and I just stated fully what I believe the United States foreign policy should be.